Having a baby used to be a straightforward proposition. You could have a boy or you could have a girl. But now there's a third option. It's called steep civilizational decline. A handful of parents across America are deliberately keeping their children's sex hidden and instead raising so-called babies. The idea is that only the children themselves should be able to decide whether they are boys or girls, without any of that pesky biological reality getting in the way. It's all very confusing, like a lot of 2018 is. So, of course, we called in our interpreter of all things progressive, our liberal Sherpa, Cathy Aru, founding publisher of Catalina Magazine. She joins us tonight. So, Cathy, goes without saying you're for this, of course.
Yep.
But doesn't this mean if you're going to raise a baby, how would you be able to change your child's diaper? Because the second you change the diaper, of course, you'd no longer be able to pretend that there was a question about whether this was a boy or a girl. You would know.
Well, it's not about pretending. The parent definitely knows the gender. It's about not necessarily labeling the baby. It's about allowing the baby to decide what gender that baby wants to be when that baby can decide, which is around 4 years old. So from 0 to 4, the baby will not be labeled. The labeling theory will not apply from 0 to 4 years old. The baby will be a they-be, neither a boy nor a girl. Whatever gender that baby chooses to be.
What other profound life decisions do we think people ought to be making at the age of 4? Are there any others?
Well,
whether to get a tattoo, whether to get married, enlisting in the military, voting, drinking vodka, smoking Marlboro Reds. Is there anything else that we think 4-year-olds are ready to decide?
This isn't actually a profound life decision. I mean, biologically, there's nothing really going on from 0 to 4 in that area that affects a person's life. Biologically, the experts say that boys and girls, all genders are alike. The boy's brain, the male brain, might be a little larger. The female's language might be a little bit more advanced.
Okay, no
maybe,
sexism on my show. Hold on, whoa, slow down. No, here you're out there like boys' brains are larger, and I just want to say that kind of toxic masculinity has no place on this program.
Sorry,
thank you very much.
But that's all they can think of.
The bottom line is. All they could think of, like difference in brain size, difference in genitalia, difference in bone structure, just minor things like minor things like that. Not perhaps, like factually. So those are not minor things; those are definitive things.
Minor.
So, like, why would you not tell your kids about that? At some point they're going to drop trow and look down and say, "Wait, we look different." And you're going to be like, "No, you don't. You're exactly the same." And that's lying, isn't it?
That's when the child, they say, is around 4 years old. So around 0 to 4, we're not going to say to a little female, a girl, that you're a little princess, or boy, you're such a tiger. The labels are gone. You're not going to put that outside influence on a child. You're just going to be neutral. Everything's going to be neutral.
The outside influence of biological reality.
Not
so would
reality,
you do this with anything
perception.
else? But could we decide that we're not going to acknowledge temperature or weather or traffic? And you could just say, you know what, I don't think it's raining outside. Or you can decide whether it's raining outside. I mean, the weatherman says it is, that there's snow on the ground. Or the weather, you know what I mean? The weatherman says that it's 15 degrees out. But I'm going to, you know what I mean? Just kind of make up my own reality.
The parents who are really leading this movement.
We acknowledge biology and nature as real, right?
But the biology, the parents who came out with this, who came out in the New York Times and started this they-be awareness, this gender-neutral awareness for babies, basically said, why should people be so obsessed if your baby is going to be a boy or a girl? Who cares about that area? It's actually a little human. We are bringing a little human into the world. Who cares about the genitalia? Who cares?
May I just suggest why? And this isn't just my opinion, but the opinion of every person who's ever lived going back, let's just say 10,000 years for the sake of neatness. Because men and women are completely different in key ways.
Babies?
Can we not say that anymore?
Babies are different. Babies aren't different. They're little human beings, and there's really not much of a difference between different genders. No. There is no difference. And men and women, we would say, are equal.
I'm trying to laugh so I don't cry. Cathy Aru, you can be equal but different, which they are. Great to see you.
Good to see you.
Cathy Aru, and she's joining us for perspective on a brand new development in language. At UC Davis, the LGBTQIA Resource Center has produced an online guide instructing students in the use of 8 different gender-neutral pronouns. Not he and she, those are yesterday's pronouns. The new ones include yo, z, a, n, and v. Cathy Rue is the founding publisher of Catalina Magazine, in addition to being our spirit guide through thorny questions like this one. Cathy, I'm grateful that you came tonight. I couldn't think of a single other person who might be able to explain this to us. So I want to walk you through some of these pronouns, and I want to take it as seriously as I can, because I know very soon I'll be forced to participate at gunpoint, so we might as well start now.
It's not forced at gunpoint. You're going to enjoy it.
Well, I think if recent history is any precedent, yes, we're laughing about this now. It'll be mandatory tomorrow. So let's start with the pronoun z.
Yes.
For he, she, and zer for him and her.
Right.
How would I ask the following sentence?
Okay.
Did she enjoy herself at the party?
I want to get it right. Did Z enjoy herself at the party?
Okay, that sounds like Henry Kissinger. Okay, that sounds like a German accent. Are you sure that's right?
That is absolutely correct. Yes, yes.
Okay.
This is in many universities have put out these pronoun guides. So
Okay.
yeah. So
because a Germanic accent is more sensitive. I'm tracking with this now. So let's try this sentence using again Z and Zer.
Of course.
She cooks dishes using ingredients she has grown in her yard.
It would be Z cooks dishes using ingredients Z has grown in their yard.
Their yard.
Yes.
Their yard. Now you're a French waiter. I love this.
No,
okay. Great job. I'm not mocking
correct.
you.
I'm yes.
You definitely are, and I'll have the Coke, monsieur, please. Now we're going to move on now to co and cos,
Exactly.
if I'm pronouncing it correctly.
You are, actually, yes.
Okay, so we're going to translate, if you wouldn't mind, this sentence.
I don't mind.
He asked himself whether his gender pronouns were mildly confusing for others.
So co asked, co-self, whether cos gender pronouns were mildly confusing for others.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Okay. Mildly confusing still, but you've cleared it up a little bit. Okay, now we're going to move to Z and her.
Right.
Okay, so how would I say his car broke down, so he had to walk here by himself?
It would be here car broke down, so Z had to walk here by herself.
And that's different from Pidgin English how?
Well, this is accepted by the LGBTQIA community, and different colleges and universities going from Vanderbilt to California to Georgia have accepted these and added them to their pronoun usage grammar books. So.
I know a number of members of that community have never heard of any of this, but whatever. We're going to try one last one, and my producers promised me this is real.
Yeah.
It's yo.
Yo,
and this is
yes.
why I think this is written by The Onion, but whatever. They promise this is real, according
this is
to
real.
the scholars at UC Davis. Yo is for he and she.
Yes.
Yas or yos is him or her. And, of course, yoself is for himself, herself. So how would I ask?
Right.
She'd better leave now if she wants to make her flight in time.
So yo better leave now if yo want to make your flight on time.
Yo's flight on time.
Yo's flight. I'm sorry, yo's flight on time. Yes. And it could be purse, P-E-R-S. I mean, there's different. You could choose whichever pronoun you're comfortable with. So it doesn't have to be one of these pronouns. There are many.
There are many, an infinite number. But isn't the purpose of language is to communicate mutually agreed upon using mutually agreed upon definitions, right? So if I replace language with something that's dumber, less precise, and embarrassing, how does it forward the purpose of language itself, which is to facilitate communication?
Smarter, not offensive, and forward-thinking, I think, is the way we'd be correcting our language.
You're totally right. And I've forgotten the kind of underlying assumption here, which is that all change is good.
All change is good, and language does change, and this is a sign of the future. And in 50 years, I mean, this is just going to be automatic. We're not even going to think twice. So the transgender community has embraced this. I think it's a question of not grammar.
First of all, there's no
easy.
community. I mean, what does that even mean? By the way, can I just say, because I can't resist, if I ever wake up one morning and find that I have been drafted involuntarily into some community, I'm gonna resist, because I'm not, the only community I'm a part of is my family, and I don't want to be in a community. I mean, does anybody ever say, you know what, I'm not part of your community?
Well, that's the beauty of this. I mean, you can be part of a community. You don't have to be part of a community. You can be who you want to be. You can say, hey, I don't want a pronoun. No pronoun for me, please.
No, you can't.
Yes, you can do that.
Everything is mandatory. All change is good. Everything is mandatory. Those are the two rules we all live by now. Cathy or Ruth, thank you.
Thank you.
You are quite a Sherpa. I appreciate it.
Thank you very much.